Alright guys, we just got loaded up with the skid steer. We're going to do some snow removal today. Hit two of the commercial sites that we take care of. It is freaking cold. It was -12 when I woke up this morning at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. And now it is 7 degrees. It's slowly warming up, but it's freaking cold. It's the only time so far that I've had this skid steer. I've had it for 2.5 years, or 2 years now, something like that. This is the only time that it hasn't wanted to start, but it did. And took a little bit. I had to hit the glow plugs twice, but she fired up. Sorry, I had a phone call. I pulled over real quick to talk to someone. Yeah, it's the first time that she hasn't wanted to start up. Had to hit the glow plugs twice on it. But she fired up, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let it run until we get there. It's only about a 15-minute drive. I gotta stop and get fuel for the truck and the skid. The fuel, usually I have a fuel cell in the back of this truck, but in the wintertime, I usually take it out and run a salt spreader. I can't fit both in the back of the truck. This year, I didn't end up using this truck for plowing. I ended up cutting back quite a bit on the plowing that we usually do. It only ran one truck this year instead of the 2 or 3 or 4 that we usually run. A little bit better paying places, I guess you could say, but a lot less stress. And it's incredibly hard to find employees right now. Just no one wants to work, and if they do want to work, they want $400 an hour, and then they gotta have 10 breaks, and it's a pain. So I just kind of didn't really want to rely on someone this year. Had some good guys last year. This year just wasn't in the cards to hire them back again, I guess. And kind of cut back in some properties, so the guys I could have hired, I wouldn't have really needed anyway. So anyways, that's why we're gonna stop at the gas station. We'll fuel up real quick, grab some energy drinks, and hit the road, get up there. I'm starting a little later than I wanted to. I wanted to start around 7:30, 8 o'clock. It's now almost 10. But the skid wouldn't start right off. It was really cold. I don't really like using the machines if I can help it. Man, is this road bumpy. The frost heaves are terrible in January or February right now. I'm not sure why, but the frost either coming out or something. It's bad. Especially with the salt spreader and stuff, you can't go more than, maybe 15 miles an hour on these roads. I'm sure you can see the skid back there. I don't know where, back there somewhere, bouncing around like crazy. Try not to bust an axle. What was I saying? Yeah, I wanted to get started a lot earlier. It was very cold. So I made sure everything, kind of warmed up. I don't really like running stuff in the freezing cold if I can help it. It takes a while for the hydraulics to warm up, and like something always seems to go wrong when it's 0 or below 0 outside and you're running equipment decently hard. So I try not to if I can help it. So I let everything run for about an hour, well, probably half hour, 45 minutes. And then when I hooked the trailer up, I mentioned in the video, I think it was yesterday's video, probably all be one video, but it was yesterday's video that I took. One of the tires goes flat for some reason, and I think it's the valve stem on it is shot. It's got a hole in it, or it's not seated right, or something stupid. I started doing it at the end of the year, last year, or fall, I guess, and never really paid attention to it. I always just kind of fill it up right before we go someplace. I was in the year we weren't really using it too much anyway, and I figured over the winter I'd get to it, and never really did. So I let a friend borrow it yesterday, borrow the trailer yesterday, the day before, and it was flat on him, so he had to fill it up before he used it. And then this morning I came out, he filled it to 80 PSI, and overnight it was down to 50. So I went and filled it back up to 80. And I'm sure by the time I'm done using it today, going into tomorrow, it'll be back down, so I'll pull that back off. So that delayed me a little bit. I had to fire the air compressor up, get it to build up some PSI, and then go ahead and fill up the tires. I checked the rest of them while I was doing the pre-trip inspection on them. Made sure the truck and everything was good to go, and then say goodbye to the dogs, and just kind of hanging out for a little bit, letting everything warm up, thaw out, and now we're on our way. So we'll get going here, and we'll shoot some video probably once we either get there or get to the gas station. Woo! It is cold. Holy smokes. A little bit of wind or something out there too that's making it feel a little bit colder than it actually is. Let's get out of here, and I got my drink. This has been my new kick recently, called Rain. Hope you can see that. Rain Orange Creamsicle. Those things are good. And it's like no fat, no sugar, no nothing. It's pretty much just straight caffeine, I guess. We're going to take the back roads kind of out of here. But it's yeah, it's, well, probably about a 15-minute drive or so up here.
buddy of mine has a
Bobcat 259D, and I sat in that thing for, I don't know, 10 minutes, and immediately was like, nope, it's way too small of a cab. Didn't like it. My knees were almost touching the window. It felt very, very cramped. I've heard that the new ones have a bigger cab, I guess, but when I bought this 2 years ago, I said no to the cab. I'm sure they're a great machine, just it's too small for me. I didn't really like the pricing of like the 289. That was kind of expensive for what I wanted it for. And so the other machine I was looking at was a Bobcat 595, T595, and I demoed that one at a dealership, actually, where I bought this, and I only demoed it for like, I don't know, 30 seconds, and I knew immediately the same thing, cab's too small. So I was kind of disappointed. I had almost ordered it ahead of time, watching reviews and stuff, and thinking like, that's the machine I'm gonna want. The options for the Bobcat at the time were, in my opinion, way better than the comparable Cat or Kubota or anything. Kubota is kind of weird. It's a great machine, I guess, but it comes based like just completely basic from the dealer, and then you add stuff, which I guess could be good or bad. But the Bobcat, they have different packages like cars and trucks, so you could pick a loaded one from factory and get it. Whereas the Kubota, you couldn't. You had to order you had to just buy the base one and then add on from there if you wanted. So, anyways, I sat in the Bobcat T59 or T595, and too small, didn't like it. Kind of told my salesman like, a little disappointed. I guess I'll go keep my options open. I'll look, other stuff, maybe a bigger Cat or something. And he was like, well, we've got a T650 in the lot that's fully loaded. It's exactly what you want, but it's a bigger machine. It's a bigger frame, same motor, so it's under the 75 under the 75 horsepower for DEF. It's got 74.9 or something. But it's a bigger frame machine. You want to take a look at that? And I was like, yeah, let's do that. Why not? And I sat in it, and holy crap, it was way bigger than the T595. So I was immediately kind of impressed with that. Like, wow, this is actually, it fits me. Being a taller guy, that's a little rare. I can't even find shirts that fit. So I was like, wow, my knees got a good, 8, 9, 10 inches before they hit the windshield. Nice machine. But it had a more expensive roller suspension on it, which I thought was kind of gimmicky. I don't really need all that. So anyways, I was like, well, let me run it around, your shop area real quick, see what I think. And holy crap, it was so smooth compared to the other ones I ran with that roller suspension. It just sucked up the bumps. Awesome. So, and I like the bigger cab. It's much, much bigger in here. Space-wise for me to be in here. So I asked him the pricing on it. He told me, it wasn't terrible, but it was still more than I wanted to spend. And like anything, everything's negotiable. So we started talking, and numbers went flying around. And before I knew it, they came to a price that I could do, be comfortable with. And the salesman was kind of like, hey, you might not need something that big. Maybe we look at some other options or something. He was a little hesitant. I was like, nope, that's the machine I want. Demo most of the other stuff. That's it. So it just happened to be that was the one on the lot that they had, fully loaded, heat, AC. It's got the ride control for the bucket. What else does it have? And SJC, the controls. I don't like hand and foot controls. I ran those for a little while, and for snow plowing and a lot of dirt work, your ankles and stuff get pretty sore after a while. And a lot of the younger guys, I'm 31, so I'm fairly young, I guess, but a lot of the younger guys have never ran a hand and foot machine, so trying to teach them on that is like damn near impossible. So these are much easier to learn. They're in most of the machines now. It's got vinyl seat in it, which I wanted. I didn't want cloth. Cloth seems to collect a bunch of dirt, dust, and smell. I didn't want that. It's got a pressurized cab, which is nice. It's pretty quiet in here. I don't know if you guys can even hear me or not, but for the operator, it's pretty dang quiet. What else did I have? High flow. Had to have high flow. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And when you're spending that kind of money, it just seems like a stupid idea not to get it. So I grabbed it. And then this machine luckily had it. 2-speed. Had to have a 2-speed. Sometimes you'll get down some longer driveways or whatnot where you want to pick up the speed a little bit. Plowing sometimes you can be in 2-speed as long as you know the pavement pretty well. What is the other thing? I'm trying to think of the other options that it has. Not so many, I forgot. But overall, I mean, it's been a great machine. Not really any issues with it. None that I can think of. First, it's also got I think it's called telematics, where it's linked by GPS to the dealer. And I think they do it also for financing. If you finance the machine, the finance company and the dealer always know where it's at, so you can't really, stop paying on it. They'll just come get it. But it also is good so that, I can log in and see where my machine is all the time, if it gets stolen or not. And then, I thought a few more things. You can also, if it, up here in the corner, it's got a digital readout. It'll tell you if, like a check engine light came on or is low on oil or fuel or whatever. It'll tell you. And it also sends a alert to the dealer, so that I've gotten a call before from the dealer saying like, hey, your machine threw a code, one of your guys is running it or something. And it also lets them, kind of prepare to look up for parts or anything, which is kind of cool. So they can tell you like, hey, your injector went or something. You can also remotely shut the machine down if they need to. And the other cool part was it has a touch. There's no key to it. It's just a password you got to put in, and you can set the password to be different for each operator. So if I forgot how many there is, maybe 10 or something. You can set it for each operator, and it tracks how many hours that operator put on the machine, and it tracks what the RPMs were, if any codes popped up, and the biggest thing is if they ignored any codes. If the check engine light comes on, or it says low hydraulic fluid or something, or no oil pressure or something, and they keep ignoring it, it'll log it in there so you can see. So that's pretty cool. It also has like job counter and stuff on it, so you can see how many hours they were operating in and what RPM. Just in case you had someone who was saying they were running it for 12 or 14 hours or something, and you can look and see like it idled and the GPS didn't move for 8 of those hours, then something was wrong. They weren't actually operating it. Get off here. Come on. Get off. Stupid ice chunks. Bobcat guys, like, hey, what do you got? Let's see. I watched, Dirt Ninja for a while. He had one. Now he's also all cat stuff, but he had nothing but Bobcat equipment. It seemed to do him pretty well. Stupid thing come up here. So mine had or has a Cat 305, new one, 2018 I think it is, and I used that a little bit. I liked it, but again, the Bobcat kind of sort of beat it in price, and performance-wise, I'd like to run them head-to-head, but I barely see that guy anymore. Performance-wise on paper, it looked like the Bobcat would win. You know, it was supposed to be stronger, more powerful, but you know, they could also be Bobcat bragging or Cat underestimating, you know what I mean? Not really sure. But I ended up buying an E50, and it's been a great machine. I almost have more hours on that than I do on this guy here. This one I've got 182 hours on it, which isn't a whole hell of a lot for the 2 years I've had it, but most of the time in the winter it doesn't really do anything. It just kind of sits. I think I've moved snow with it twice. This will be the second time. No. Yeah, this will be the second time. So usually sits all winter. In the summertime I use it quite a bit, but I do a lot of smaller jobs where I'm not, you know, using it for 15 hours, you know, in 3 days or something, or, you know what I mean? Like, they're smaller jobs, you know, day and a half, 2 day job, and I might run it, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 hours of those days. So it, you know, it gets a lot done, but I don't have to put a bajillion hours on it. And it works out pretty well. I think it's the perfect size machine. I mean, it's big enough, it's got a big frame, and a decent sized motor. There's not a whole lot I can't do with it. But again, it's, you know, not so big that it's, you know, like the Kubota 95 is pretty large. I think it weighs a ton. And I think it's the Takeuchi TL12, something 12. That machine, that is just a monster. I don't need something that big. Maybe in the future, but not right now. So it's a good size for what we do. Same the excavator, it's a good size. It's a long stick, which I wanted because I do, you know, some work near ponds. Stupid snow. And some other places where the long stick comes in handy. Lose a little bit of breakout force with it, I guess, but it's nothing that I've noticed that's terrible. And also adds to the weight of the machine, I guess, a little bit. Not in the areas that you want it, not behind, but it's the machine itself is 10.3. It's 10,300 pounds. The machine itself, long stick, supposedly adds about 500 pounds. Excuse me. And I think it has a little bit of extra counterweight when you get the long stick. So it's got a thumb on it, which is a couple hundred pounds, and then with a bucket and everything, it's got dual auxiliary hydraulics, so I can run my thumb and a tilt bucket at the same time, which is what I had to have. A couple other things, but I think it's probably right around, pretty close to 12,000 pounds fully loaded, with fuel and a bucket and stuff on it. Pretty close to 12,000 pounds anyway. I've never weighed it, but that would be my guess. It's a big chunk, but it's done well. I mean, I'm impressed with it. It makes stuff so much easier. Definitely a necessity if you're doing any excavating or landscaping stuff. I mean, the excavator will absolutely change your life. It's not, I mean, they're stupid expensive to me, you know, very, very expensive, but on the plus side of that is they get so much work done, and you can make so much more money with it just because, you know, of time. You know, it saves a crap load of time, and you can get into a little bit bigger jobs, whereas before, you know, you might have stayed away from them a little bit. Now you don't have to, and I don't know, it opened up a whole nother stage of business where, you know, you'll get phone calls of, hello, big boy, you'll get phone calls for stuff that, you know, you wouldn't have got before, you know, they see Instagram or Facebook posts of, you know, something you've done for someone, and they'll call and say, hey, you know, I've got a septic tank I want you to set, or, you know, something similar. You know, you wouldn't have got a call for that before or earlier, but now someone's going to call you because they see you got the machine, and they don't want to hire, you know, a massive excavator to come in there to do it. It'll tear the lawn up or something. So it's just, I mean, both that and the skid steer open up a whole new world of opportunity, which is, it's good. I would encourage, you know, if you're on the fence about it, you know, renting them is one thing, but the way I kind of looked at it, I mean, some guys say to rent quite a bit, and when you realize you're renting more often than you're not, then buy one. What I did, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, was I just went and bought one. I mean, I'd rented one 2-3 times, but the rental, you know, up here is, you know, $400 or $500 a day, and most times you need it for 2 days. So, you know, I'd have $1,000 in it, and, you know, you can buy a decent machine for about $1,000 a month. So, yes, you always have that payment, but it's, you know, you get 30 days with it, plus or minus, versus the 2 days with it. So, you know, when you need it, you've got it. If someone calls and says, hey, you know, can you come over on a Sunday and do such and such a work, you've got it, you know, in your shop, and you can make it happen. Versus, you know, the other smaller guy, you know, might have to go rent one, or he has to wait till Monday or something. It just seemed to make more sense. And like I said, it opens up so much more that the $1,000 a month really isn't. It's not really an issue anymore once you have the machine. You know, at first, the first couple of months, you're going to be nervous about it. I was a little bit. You know, I knew I wouldn't buy anything I can't afford, and that's the biggest thing that I would say if you're starting out. I'm not trying to tell you how to start out or what to do, but if you know you can't afford it and you're counting on work to come in, don't do it. You never know what could happen. You can get sick, you can get hurt, you can lose a contract, something. Try not to do that. But on the other hand, if you can't afford something, you know, I say go for it. Just make it happen. You know, it's kind of like, and I tell my guys, you know, it's kind of like a running joke. You know, if you buy it, the work will come. It's kind of like the baseball movie. If you build it, it will come. Kind of the same. You know, it just happens that way. I don't know why or how or what the reasoning is, but it works. I'm trying to scrape this too much because this pavement isn't the greatest. I don't really want to tear it up, so we'll stick it in the float and just kind of lightly scrape over it, get some of this slush, and then into the pile and go from there. We'll try and poke a hole in this over here if I can. And then not a whole lot of people park on this side, which is good. And then there's a couple of spots over there I gotta push out. Man, it's like hot. I really wish this thing, the only regret, the only